All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today I got a very special guest. All my guests are special. I don't even know why I say that. Today we got Isabelo Pascual. I said that right?
You said that right. Nice to meet you, Mr. Kevin.
Excellent. Good to have you on, man. Isabelo is working in the scenes with Hollywood, directing movies. That's right, directing,
Actually
working with film.
producing and shooting, but we'll
Producing
get
and
into that in a
shooting,
bit.
working in film nonetheless. He has multiple projects going on, as well as things with even involving the pandemic that we're currently in. So real quick, is Isabelo Pascual, is that what is that? That sounds like Italian.
So it's actually a Portuguese name.
Portuguese.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah,
Very
I'm
cool,
actually
man.
half Haitian, half Filipino, so that's where the Portuguese comes from the Filipino side.
Oh, from the Filipino side. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool, man. Cool. Then so you're like a mix, or are you straight Filipino?
No, I'm half Haitian, half Filipino,
Half Fili- Oh,
with
dude.
some
Oh,
more flavors in the bag. So,
there you go. Ooh, a little spicy with the culture. I love it. I
but
love
if
it.
you actually look into all of us, a lot of people are actually mixed. So
Mhm.
a lot of Argentinians, for example, are part German. Since a lot of Germans after World War II they immigrated to Argentina.
Mm.
And South America is, there's a lot of mestizos around because there was a lot of colonialism from the Spanish and the Portuguese, and not to mention there's the indigenous cultures. So everybody's mixed.
Very wow, dude.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Look at that. Are you in California right now?
I am in sunny California right now, bro.
Woo! How's the heat doing right now? I haven't been outside today.
It's 75 degrees. It's nice, and it's a good temperament right now.
Very cool, man. Well, you look like you're vibing with the summer and whatnot, and that Cali sun coming in. I love it. Very cool. Well, yeah, let's get into it, Isabella. So, what do you got going on right now, or what do you do, and how'd you get into that? Let's just go with that.
Right. So for the past 12 years, I've been involved in the film industry. And I actually started off in editorial. I was working in South Florida for a local access network, and I was doing editorial and the video work. I was doing the news stuff, going to different news, covering local news. And
Mhm.
then I moved towards production, where I've worked, for Hallmark, for MTV, and a bunch of other clients. And I worked as one of the guys who was the crew, the best one, the key grip, one of the guys that moves the lights.
Mhm.
And then I pivoted towards shooting as a cinematographer, and then pivoted towards producing my own projects. And I've personally produced some commercials that are national TV, feature films that have been distributed in 22 countries, and a lot of other stuff in the works. Been just pushing forward.
That's
But
hell yeah. Good
no,
stuff, man. Good stuff. Awesome. And so you've been doing that for the past 12 years,
yeah,
and now you're in Cali. Is that what you're doing in Cali right now?
that's what I'm doing in Cali right now. But I've also pivoted. I'm not just a
Right.
filmmaker, but I'm also a business guy. Over
Right.
the years, I've been involved in sales, and I've worked a couple different day jobs where I've worked as a property manager for different companies, or
Yeah.
I was, sales rep for different things. Because one thing about the film industry is that there's a lot of volatility. So sometimes you have to pivot.
Mhm.
Other times you may be grandfathered into a company and you get into the union. Other
Yeah.
times you have to maneuver yourself and learn new skills.
Yeah.
I understand a lot of people in the real estate industry, they start from
I was gonna
somewhere
say
else.
the exact same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But then you get into sales and you realize how vital those skills are. And I got into sales, and that's translated perfectly into a lot of other industries, not to
Mhm.
mention the film industry, where you have to negotiate deals with clients. You have to you have to close the bid.
Right.
And then when you're in sales, you have to leverage those skills and you help people, you close the deal. That's a universal skill,
Yeah.
regardless what industry you're in.
Woo, man. And I bet, especially like learning sales, like not only getting into the film industry, but you also got to like you said, you got to sell yourself. You got to be
Mm.
persuasive. You got to, come in with a certain bravado, if you will. Right. You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
And not to mention, if you're a sales guy already, and then you're going to the film industry, whether you're an actor or director, or whatever, then you're kind of also used to that same side of the coin of being rejected. Right.
But
You work with being rejected, and that builds like tough skin. And I know all about it, man. The door knocking, the cold calling, you know, it- yeah, it's all super relatable. So
yeah,
how does one get into, like, if you wanted to start getting into, let's say, what you're doing, right? Aside from school, is there a different avenue that you could take to get into film, whether it's producing, writing, or directing? Like, what would that look like for somebody?
Well, I want to go back really quick to the rejection. So, I mean, that's universal in,
Mm,
for any industry. So, in regards to sales, where let's say with my production company, I've prospected, to thousands of prospects, and yeah, there's a lot of disruptive technology that's allowing people to just leverage that technology instead of hiring a professional. You got to deal with rejection. I've door knocked and sold vape products. I've sold glasses. I'm selling these KN95 masks, as well as other things that I've sold over the past several years. So you
awesome.
have to understand rejection. I'm used to being rejected tens of thousands of times, and that's part of it, man. And as you said before, you develop some thick skin and some grit, so you can
Yeah.
keep pushing forward. Yeah. But
Wow.
as far as how to break in to
Yeah.
the film industry, well, you have to really identify what you really want. So, whether
Mm,
you want to be a storyteller, you could be a creative producer, in which case it requires you to learn screenwriting, and then you have to do a lot of networking. And then you register your screenplay with copyright.gov so it gets a US copyright, not with the WGA. WGA offers limited protection,
wow, you don't
but you
say.
want to get, you want to get the US copyright that offers real protection for your intellectual property.
Mm,
And then you go to a lot of networking events, as I do, and
yeah.
you meet a lot of people, and it's about relationships. It is about who you know. Because I did go to film school 10 years ago, but even then, that doesn't offer you security. Because as we both know, bro, I'm sure you're in real estate, so
Mm,
there's no security. I'm sure you did some other stuff prior to you getting in.
yeah.
And then things didn't work out, and then you got into sales, and sales are just natural. So you got
Yeah.
to get in, and it worked for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Wow.
not to mention you've aligned yourself with an amazing team, man. That's conducive to not just your personal development,
Yeah.
but your professional development
Yeah.
and success.
Yeah, and I've got to touch on that. Yeah, absolutely. Playing a part of who you know can definitely bump you up and get you going. But I remember hearing this line, and I forget where it was. I think it was in a book or something where they talk about. It might have been someone like famous, like probably Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's just going over my head. But he talks about it's not about the resources that you know, but it's about being resourceful. Have you ever heard
Yeah,
about anything like that?
I've heard that a lot, man.
You've heard that? I forgot who said it. It's like going over my head, but it was probably someone big and famous, and it's just missing me. So, even aligning myself with like Brian and Team BC, I come from a family of like where we're basically like, we grew up like super broke, quick rundown. I was lucky. Like a good day for my family was if we can go out to McDonald's and get whatever we wanted from the McDonald's, from the dollar menu. Like that was like, yeah, we did it. And so coming from that and like, not having, really that much of a like in a figure in front of me to like help me like grow, I had to learn how to be resourceful, right? I needed to learn to like go to the gigs and the events, the seminars. I'm sure you know a lot about that, right? Learning from people with like higher level of awareness or more experience, and just position myself where I can be in front of these type of people and they could see that I was out there, and I was putting myself in those places. So absolutely, man. 100% agree. You gotta find those people. I mean, how has that helped you? I mean, have you kind of like networking, right? How is networking like? How do you go about that? How has that helped you?
Well, here's a piece of advice for anybody that's moving to a new town and you're looking to ground yourself.
Ooh, there we go.
Well, you
Good.
want to find the authority in your space, and then you want to provide value to them. So when I moved back to LA, I attended a lot of networking events, and I've had former business partners who they've been famous. They've been on national television. They've been rock stars who performed for 20,000 people, 15 years ago. And they've been professional wrestlers, and they've been in a lot of other industries. What you do is you talk to them and you provide some value to them and continue working with them. So they become your business in their circle.
Mhm.
There's a lot of these mentor services where they charge you $40,000 to learn how to do real estate investing
Yeah.
for $0 down. Robert Gian's an example.
Yeah.
Uh, but I've also been a bird dog for some realtors and investors,
Mhm.
and I've
Mhm.
closed some I actually have some experience in real estate. I'm not a licensed
All
broker,
right.
but I'm a bird dog, and
I've heard of
so
these. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, so I've helped close some property deals. There was one example is a property in Lancaster.
Mhm.
So we sold that for $500,000, and I got my little commission, my finder's
Right
fee.
on.
But how I built that relationship is I attended some events. I heard of this guy. He's a top producing realtor.
Mhm.
I said, "Hey, man, I would like to learn from you.
Mhm.
Would you be open to referrals?" This is my right there. That is my opener right there.
Yeah.
Would you be open to referrals? And I referred some business to him. We closed some deals together, made some
Mhm.
money together, built some rapport, and
Mhm.
you know, mutual respect for each other. And I positioned myself in his circle, and I've maintained that relationship in regards to some former business partners who they've huge influence in their spaces. Where I met them at networking events, and I continue to attend and foster a strong relationship with them. And
Wow.
we did some work together.
Mhm.
I mean, that's worked for me, man. And
Yeah.
I've
No, no, no.
got a
That's
lot
that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
of.
There's no doubt about it. Very cool. Very cool. Awesome, man. Well, hey, what about now? What's the future hold for you right now? What's anything that you possibly got going on for you right now, and what you're working on currently?
Right. So there are actually two features in development right now.
Right on.
But yeah, so I've built a relationship with an investor who's 100% down to put the money in. But there is some contingency, so I'm working on security with actors to close money.
Hmm.
I'm also a business guy since film is there. The reality of the industry is there's feast or famine periods.
That's right. I'm sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah, unless you're a big guy that's high in demand, you have to do other work in the meantime. And so I'm also an entrepreneur. Brian's known this. He's seen me for years in other ventures. I've had some multiple businesses that have, had varying degrees of success and failure. I mean, that is a reality,
Yeah.
but you keep persevering and you push on, bro. So, I mean, I have my supplier company. I'm a licensed wholesaler, reseller, and I'm incorporated.
That's
And
good.
I have a personal relationship with my manufacturer in the case of suppliesdirecttoyou.com, in
Wow.
which case we source our K90, our FDA approved and CE certified KN95 and surgical masks. And we've been helping a lot of people across the country so far. And
Yeah.
we're working on closing bigger deals as we go. But I mean, it's iterative. So, we've sold a lot of masks right now, and we're working towards a bigger deal.
Wow, man.
So in that regard, yeah, supplies direct to you is pushing on. We're closing deals, and I've been building a sales force across the country. So I've got a sales guy in Temple, Texas, in the City, or and scaling from there.
Wow. That's nuts, man. You were a hustler, man. I was thinking I'm gonna come into
A
this just like,
professional swindler.
dude, a person.
I'm sure they say the same thing about realtors too. You guys are
Hey,
swindlers too.
hey, we'll take a whatever to get the job done. We got to get a listing wherever anybody needs a home to sell, whatever. We'll make it happen. Especially if you're working with the right agent.
Sure. With
So
the right team, Team BC.
there you go. So yeah, awesome, man. Well, I for one am just fascinated that not only are you doing things in film, but you're also pushing yourself in other avenues, and that you're not you're keeping your avenues, you're keeping your horizons open, it sounds like. And just to wrap things up right now, I mean, what would you like to leave off? Any last words to people who are currently in a situation where maybe they're finding themselves in something new, dealing with something new, struggles, doing something different, doing something new?
Well, here's a book, for example. So we were talking about relationships. There's a book called Face to Face by Brian Grazer, Howard for 40 years. Ron Howard from Happy Days, the famous director.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Grazer is a famous producer. And he was fascinated with hip hop. And he's done a lot of documentaries and work in the hip hop world.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also produced a lot of Hollywood films with Ron Howard. So in his
Whoa.
book, in his book Face to Face,
Mhm.
he discusses building personal relationships and talking to people, providing some value, and uh, networking. It's a great read for you guys to look into. I could go back to my piece of advice: find the influencer in your space that you want to learn from. You
Mhm.
talk to them, you provide some value, and as I said before, build relationships. Build working and personal relationships with them. So you
Wow.
can make some money with them, but also you have to maintain that interpersonal relationship with them
Right.
outside of work. Because if you just life isn't just all about work.
Mhm.
It has to be a balance.
Yeah.
And if you have that good work relationship and personal relationship, and they see value in you contributing to their circle, that's the best piece of advice I can give if you want to really learn direct. Or you could pay 40 grand for a seminar and you do that thing, you charge a credit card. And I mean, there's, in regards to that seminar thing, you and I both know there's a lot of predatory seminars right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty rampant. And there's a lot of young people that don't know what to do, the best approach.
Yeah.
But my approach, it costed me, nothing to, well, I mean, it cost something
Yeah.
for certain networking events,
Yeah.
but you build a relationship and you actually make money I made money with my mentors.
Yeah.
And you could pay the 40 grand, charge a credit card for learning how to be a bird dog, essentially. And there's a
Right.
lot of these, if you look into that, there's a lot of real estate seminars. They discuss how to be a bird dog, or it costs you zero down, or you
Right.
find investors and you say, I will be a bird dog for you. I will prospect or pre-qualify prospects for you, make the introduction, you get your finder's fee at the end. You could do that and charge, or do what I did, build a personal relationship with some realtors, and
Boom.
then close some deals, and you guys maintain a friendship and a business relationship as well.
Yeah. There you go. Boom. Perfect, man. Perfect. Perfect. Any where can people find you if they want to learn more about what you're doing and what you got going on?
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of a polymath, so if you look at my stuff, it's kind of scattered, I guess you could say. But I mean, you can
Uh-huh.
follow me at Instagram.com/the real Alpha Fantana. That is TheRealAlPhaPhantane. I'll
Excellent.
post a link down below.
Perfect.
Uh,
There you go.
yeah,
Exactly.
but
I will be
if you
doing that.
want, yeah, but if also if you're in need of PPE supplies across the country, we can fulfill supplies anywhere in the country and virtually anywhere in the world.
Mhm.
So you can go to suppliesdirecttouYou.com. That is
There we go.
SUPPLIES direct DIRECTTO U. So supplies SUPPLIES DIRECTTO.com. And we
Boom.
can help some people that are in need of PPE supplies.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, again, thank you, Isabella, for being on. And thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out what Isabella has going on. And yeah, till next time. Peace.